What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Strain Forward podcast. So, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you probably see my background. I've got some boxes. It looks like I'm in an office. I have started a new job. So, until this whole podcast and YouTube thing takes off, your boy's got to make some money. I'm actually working in a new job, which is it's a whole story about how I got here, which I might actually make a podcast about in the future after some things unfold, which is pretty exciting. I just can't share what publicly yet. So anyways, but for those of you who are listening, really glad you're tuning in. Today is going to be, I wanted to make an episode about the lessons I've learned as a single dad. Some of you don't know that I am a single dad. Some of you do. Some of you listened to my very first episode. You can go back and listen to that, kind of unwind my story and things that have happened, my family life, and also why I'm a single dad and what happened in my relationship. I kind of unfold a good bit of it. I share stuff about me and what I did that participated in the relationship falling apart. I tried to keep my ex out of it and not, she did this and she said that, because it's like, that's for her. She can talk about that. It's not my place to share it. At least I didn't feel like it was. But today I wanted to share, lessons I've learned as a single dad. Some of you might be single parents out there and you're struggling and it's really exhausting and tiring and sad and frustrating. Sorry, I'm checking my phone for those of you who are watching on YouTube. And even for those of you who aren't a single dad, I think these lessons can still be very helpful for you. So there's 5 of them. I'll give I'll go through them and then I'll kind of break them down. This episode should only be maybe 15, 20 minutes. We'll see. And I hope that it's impactful for you. So let's get started. Number 1, it sucks. You're probably like, oh, that's really superficial. I didn't think you'd say that. But it is something I've learned, is being a single parent kind of sucks. There's pros to it. There's times where it's nice. Like, when my son goes with his mom and I've got the weekend off, like, yeah, there's a part of me where it's like, I don't have any responsibility. This is cool. I can go, if I want to go eat dinner tonight and hang out with some friends, I can go do that. Like, it's cool. You kind of get like scheduled time off. There is a part of it, and I think it's important to be honest about that. I think some people are like, oh, I don't want to say that I enjoy time away from my son because then I feel like I'm a bad parent and I don't want people to think I don't care. It's like, no, let's just be real. It's nice to have time off. Being a parent's hard. But then the other side of it is it really sucks because, you're sorry, I was looking at the microphone. The other part of it is it sucks because you don't get to spend time with your kid. And, your kid is only a kid once. There's a great quote I love. It breaks my heart every time I read it or hear it, so I might start crying. But, you'll know your kids for longer. You'll know your kids more as an adult than you do as a kid. Right? Like, for a longer period of your life, your kids will be an adult. But for just a brief moment in time. Dang. See, I told you I'd get emotional. Yeah, for a brief moment in time. I'm still here for those of you who are just listening. Anyways, you get where I'm going. So let me keep moving before I get too emotional. So yes, it sucks. Moving on. I think I hit on that one enough before I just become a sobbing mess. What's up, you guys? Quick interruption to the video. If you've ever found yourself wondering what supplements, what products to use, trying to do a ton of research on this, that, and the other, and you just find yourself overwhelmed, I want to help you cut through the BS. Go through the links in my description of this YouTube video and all my other YouTube videos. These are all the products that I use and trust and have done podcasts with the owners of these companies, because I understand how hard it is to understand what to use, when to use it, how to use it, the whole thing. So if you go to the description in this video, you're going to see a list of a bunch of different things, from red light therapy, organ meat seasoning, water filters, air filters, whatever. If anything in there piques your interest, click on that link, go to their website and at least check it out. And if you find yourself wanting to purchase it, use my code, save yourself some money, support these great companies, support your boy so I can keep making some great content for you guys. I just wanted to interrupt the video to let you know that I've really tried to provide value to you guys, not only with the content, but also with what products, what supplements, what things to use to better yourself. So anyways, go check that out. Keep moving forward. Love you guys. Back to the video. Number 2, it's forced me to grow up. So, being a single dad, it's made me have to step into the realization of mistakes I've made. And again, I'm not trying to take full, complete ownership of the relationship falling apart, but I am taking a large portion of it for various reasons. But I also I don't want to give myself the scapegoat of, oh, well, it just happened and, she sucks and this and that. It's like, no, I had a hand in it, a large portion of it. And so it's made me have to kind of look in a mirror, right? Like, this is why it's happened. What are you going to do? And so it's forced me to grow up. It's forced me to face areas of my life, financially. I need to step into making money. For a long time, I was just like, I don't care about money. I just want to do whatever. Like, I come from not having a lot, and I come from a mindset where it's like, I'm going to bootstrap this thing and I'm going to figure it out regardless. So there's like a sense of pride in not having things and still figuring it out, which teaches you how to be resourceful. But at a certain point, you need to make some money. It's important to make money. And so I've had to grow up in that sense. I've had to grow up relationally and really face how to do conflict well. And that is a skill, man. That is hard. There's a reason why the relationship industry makes as much money as it does. Like, it's hard, right? You're in the people business. And us as people, we kind of suck. Sometimes you're just awful. So it's forced me to grow up. I don't think I need to hit too much further on that, right? It just comes back to the extreme ownership, Jocko Willink. It doesn't matter, how much their fault it is. You have a hand in it. So figure out what your hand is and own it and then grow in it, period. So that's what I've tried to do. Number 3, it's taught me the value of time. So kind of going back to number 1 where, it sucks. You don't get to see your kid that much, your kids that much if you have multiple kids. It's taught me the value of time. So that way, like in the sense of, when I'm working, you need to be efficient. Like, this can't drag on. You can't just like waste 15 minutes scrolling on Instagram and then not, sit here and film a podcast. Like this morning, I'm going from thing to thing to thing to thing. No wasted time. It's like, pull up my laptop, film the podcast. When I'm done with this, I'm working on a devotional I'm doing. When I'm done with that, I start my work day. And then on and on and on and on and on. So it's taught me the value of time. It's also taught me I can get a crap load more done than I ever thought. Like when I was single and no kids, I have 1 kid, so no kid, I didn't do crap. I look back and I'm like, I've gotten more done with less time than I ever did when I had all the time in the world. And it's interesting, right? Like, it kind of goes back to what Jordan Peterson talks about, where it's like, we all want this idea of freedom, but he has a great analogy or a great, metaphor, whatever you want to call it, where someone says, okay, I don't want to do anything. I want freedom. And he's like, all right, let's play a game. And it's like a thought experiment. They're like, okay, let's play a game. And he goes, go. And they're like, what? He's like, go. He's like, well, what are we doing? He's like, exactly. You need rules. You need boundaries. You need set instructions in order to have structure to what you're doing. And so I think that's kind of what's happened as I've stepped into the single dad role. It's like everything has to be so scheduled out and so methodical and so like I have to be very intentional and thoughtful about my time that it's actually made me more efficient, even with less opportunity, which is cool. All right, because now I have these like boundaries and limitations in my head. I know, okay, I got to get this done before 1. Then I'm going to have from 1 to 4 to do this, from 4 to 5 to do that. And to some of you, that sounds like a nightmare. But truthfully, it feels really good. It's nice having that structure. And it's obviously taught me the value of time. Like when I'm with my son, make it count. Like, don't just be like, go play with your friends. I'm going to sit over here and do whatever on my phone. It's like, I'm going to just go play with you and your friends if you guys will allow me to, until I'm the loser dad that he doesn't want to hang out with. But oftentimes when you go do that, it's like those kids will love you and it'll make their day and they're super fun. And you can do, especially if you're dad, you can play like the monster role. Dude, kids love that, man. And so it's like, it's taught me the value of being more intentional with the time I have with my son. Right. And let me be clear. I don't always do the best. There are times where I pull up my phone and I will scroll, or I'll be worried about, getting a post out on social media or whatever. And I detract from the time I have with him. And I've really had to catch myself on that. So that's number 3. Number 4. Some of you are going to laugh when I say this, or you're going to think I'm an a-hole. Moms are necessary. You're like, well, duh. Did you not think they were before? It's like, no, of course I thought they were before. But I think what I mean with that is, like, moms are really great in their own way because, like, as a dad, if I'm really honest with you guys, I don't often think about buying him new clothes. I don't think about buying me new clothes. You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't think about that. Moms, you moms out there who are listening to this, you are excellent. I mean, it is like such a burden off of like my shoulders when I was with my ex. She was like, hey, we need to do this for him. We need to get this for him. And we need to get him in this school. Like, you guys just think about that stuff. All I'm thinking about is like, I'm like mission minded on my goals, which is kind of selfish. And I know I've had to work on that. But man, like, y'all are just so good at that and the nurturing aspect. And we need to get this formula and this food. And he needs these diapers and those wipes and this thing. And I'm just like, we just use toilet paper. What are we talking about? Why does he need a wipe? Just put him in the bath, shower him. Like, that's just kind of like, that's just my mindset. Because that's what I do for me. Like, I don't care. And it's not to say that some guys aren't great at that too. I've just noticed for me, I don't think about that, and it's been really hard to force that, like to force myself to think about that. And man, I have way more respect now for a woman's role in the parenting dynamic because y'all take on a lot, and you think about it like that's like the way men think about making money and their mission and driving, achieving, and whatever. That's like how you guys think about your relationship, not only with us, but also with your kids. Like, you all like that. It's this spaghetti monster mess in your head, and y'all handle it really well. So, and this is not me trying to like, oh, he's so sweet, he gets us. Yeah, I've just realized it, and it's freaking true. Okay. So anyways, moms are necessary. Number 5. This one's an interesting one. I want to share this delicately. Okay. Dads, I'm going to read what I wrote. Okay. Dads can do the mom role and dad role and still be masculine. It's just not optimal. And same thing goes for moms, right? You can do the dad role too and still be feminine, and it's still not optimal. And what I mean by that is, traditionally, okay, please don't blast me in the comments on this, but like, traditionally, moms are the nurturer, dads are the, hey, suck it up, son. You need to toughen up. And both are good and both are necessary. But when you're the single parent, you have to take on both those roles and toe that line really carefully. And it's possible, but it's not optimal. So like, I can be a nurturer for my son. Like, when he falls and bangs his knee, he comes to me for a hug. And I have to delicately balance giving him a hug, wiping his tears, but also being like, hey, dude, you're okay. It's a cut on the knee. You're fine. And not babying him. Whereas moms, sometimes you all are a little bit, you baby them, but it's out of love. And it's not a bad thing. It's out of love. And that's why the dynamic, the yin and the yang there, is so necessary. And so moms, knowing that, oftentimes I think single moms now play that role of the dad, like, hey, son, you're good. You get up, but you also give a hug. And so what I mean there is, it's possible to do both. It's just not optimal, right? God created it to be man and woman, right? Both of you, what you bring to the table is extremely necessary and really valuable, but also extremely different. And that's good. So anyways, we're right at 14 minutes. I did it. I kept it under 15 minutes for you all. I hope this was impactful. Just stuff I've learned, and it was on my heart to share it. So I'm gonna keep making these solo podcasts like this, along with bringing on guests, and making them hopefully intentional and valuable to you. So anyways, thank you guys for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for y'all to like and subscribe, because I'm really going to start pushing this podcast thing. I'd love to grow the show and make it like a legitimate thing. That's something that I've had on my heart for a long time. So I'm doing it, and I'm starting from the bottom. Look, I glean a lot of wisdom. I glean a lot of encouragement from Chris Williamson, the Modern Wisdom podcast. You guys go back to his first episode. Man, he started like this, simple, not very good quality. And where he's grown to is, man, it's incredible. So it's really encouraging to see that. And I'd like to do something like that, but who knows where it'll go, if it'll go. So if you guys liked it, it would mean a lot to me for you guys to comment, like, share, that sort of stuff. And if you're on Spotify, like it, whatever. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace.